Hey there, everyone. My name is Victor Olamide, and once again, I'm going to guide you through the building a career in the corporate world after graduation. All right, okay. I'd like to appreciate to every one of you because I believe it's not easy. Of the greatest Ife is Ife. People are here.
Great,
Yeah,
Great,
yeah.
great, great, great,
great, great,
All
great.
right. Yeah,
great.
because great Ife, we're out there and we are representing you. We are representing you well. Because in the corporate world, anywhere you go is great Ife. So great Ife have the corporate world in Nigeria as Nigeria is being concerned. And okay, building your career after graduation, for you to reach this final level, it's not easy at all. I know it's not easy at all to be at your final year, and I give you kudos for that. All right, moving forward, how I want you to keep note of this, and this is what I normally use as my disclaimer whenever I want to give advice to people. Path of growth begins with wisdom. The path of growth begins with wisdom. First thing, many people do struggle in life because they lack, not because they lack ability. So many people do not struggle in life because they lack ability, but because they do not know how to receive advice. Don't forget to bring me here to guide you through the webinar. There are three types of people who struggle in life, not because they are not intelligent, but because of how they handle advice. The first set of people are those who reject advice. These individuals, they don't want advice at all. They are all knowing. They believe they have the knowledge. They don't need to seek advice from people. They don't need to get in touch with others. This set of individuals, we call them unteachable people. So those who reject advice, or those who don't want advice at all, that's the first set of individuals. The second set of individuals are those who follows everyone's advice. These individuals, if they get in touch with one person, they give them advice, they stick to it. To another person, they collect different advice without ruminating over this advice. These are another set of people. They take any advice because they cannot make decision themselves. So any advice on their way, they stick to it. Any advice anybody give to them, they stick to it. These are another set of individuals. Another set of individuals are those who take advice without reflection, without thinking. They don't think about it. That somebody said something happened to him does not mean that same thing is going to happen to you. That for someone to pass through a stage in life that is difficult does not necessarily mean you are going to pass through the same difficulty that such individuals faces in his own phase of life. That is why you will see some people, because of how their father treated their mother, they are now using that to judge other man. That is why you see some people, because of what's happened to people around them. That is why you see them, oh, I can't go with this because it's also things that's already happened to somebody that I've known before. They don't know. They don't look into something that is peculiar to them. That is why, truly, we are here to give you advice. Truly, we are here to educate you. But not everything that you hear from us, that is applicable to you. That is the main reason why I have to bring this to your notice. Now, moving to the next one. So, life after school, what nobody prepares you for. After school, what are the things you are going to expose yourself to? What are the things you are going to see? Because these are the things we face. Assuming somebody taught me these kind of things before I graduated, maybe I would have skyrocketed my career before now. Maybe I would have been one of the top investment bankers in the world if I am able to listen to this kind of program. You truly, after your graduation, you will start seeing family and financial pressures. Your parents expecting you to start working immediately because they don't want to raise a child who is going to be at home. So they would like you to find job in time. Siblings depending on you, you start seeing black tax, whereby your siblings, because they believe that you have already graduated now, They are expecting you to what? To give them fund, to provide some things for them, and also from extended families. Let me tell you, when you graduate, that's when you start seeing all your relatives that you don't know. They start introducing themselves. You see, I'm the brother of the brother of the brother of your mother. You start seeing different individuals coming to you. They believe that you are now a graduate. You should what? You should shoulder some responsibility. Start seeing some black tax. We call them black tax. That's billings. Another thing is what we call feeling of guilty for staying at home. Because sometimes you may be looking for a job and yet you are still not getting the job, and you'll be feeling guilty. What have you done wrong? What is happening to you? What is currently happening to you? Is it that the village people are following you? Those are the things you are going to face afterwards, after school. Prepare. Another thing is job market shocks. A lot of free entry level jobs, you see entry level jobs, and before you know, they will ask you, you must have 2 to 3 years of experience. Where should you get this experience? You are just graduating, right? Rejection. You are going to send a lot of application, and you see some rejection, or some of them will not even reply at all. There's another thing is what we call nepotism and referral dominating hiring. You see some people, because they know people, that's when they are going to be getting jobs. Because these most jobs that are paying well, it is not by advertisement, it's by referring, it's by referral. You cannot see job, high paid job is by through referral by, or through let me just recommendation. Comparison and mental pressure, that's another thing. You see your mates getting jobs and you are still sitting at home. You are going to what's happening? Another thing is social media pressure. You start seeing people posting fine pictures, posting this. Don't pressure yourself. Just try to focus, try to strategize, try to be yourself. Then you are going to what? Find a way around it and secure a better employment and a better place for yourself to start. Another thing is feeling left behind or unsuccessful. Most people do feel this way. Self-doubt and frustration. You'll be doubting yourself. Don't I have the capability? When you are seeing others going and say yet, you are still behind. Another thing is financial struggle. Under this financial struggle, no stable income. Maybe you have either low or no stable income. There's no stable income that is going to keep you for you to meet your needs, or transport cost for interview. Sometimes you are going to go from one interview to another. I will still remember sometimes whereby I will go from one interview to another interview, from one interview to another interview. It comes with a lot of costs, day in, day out. Another thing is depending on parents or friends. You know, when you depend on your parents, sometimes when you started requesting money from them, they will tell you to go and find work. Small side hustle to survive. These are the things, financial struggle, that you are going to face. Another thing that you are going to see is skill gap. No, it is not about what you learned in school. It is about what are the things, what are the skills you have. So you start discovering that I don't have these skills, I don't have these skills, I don't have these skills, I don't have these skills. When I graduated from Obafemi Awolowo University, I don't have any skills relating to financial modeling at all. I don't even know anything about financial modeling. I don't even know anything about. The only thing they taught us in school as at that time is they taught us the financial analysis, and that financial analysis is not that deep. So I noticed that there is a skill gap, a lot of skill gap, but I started learning. Realizing your own course alone is not enough. Convincing about skills to learn. Next, another thing is we are going to face a dilemma whereby you are going to say, which skill should I go for? They said these skills, they said this skills is this relevant, another skills is irrelevant. Which one should I go for? These are the things you are going to notice after school. Another thing is identity and direction confusion. So you don't know your identity. You start shifting interest from one interest to another. You start seeing, because you don't know which area of focus you want to go. Most especially those that study accounting, because in accounting you have over 32 professions that you can venture into. Over 32 area of specialization that you can venture into. Because of this area of specialization is too much, you don't know which one should you go for. Should I go for taxation? Should I go for audit? Should I go for finance? Other finance? Should I go for investment analyst? Should I go for a research analyst? Should I go for investment banking? Should I go for, you start seeing a lot of, you don't know which area of specialization you should focus on. Most especially those people that are they are knowledgeable because they are good in every area. They won't know which one. Or should I go, thank you, Tim, should I go for new life? That's another confusion. That's another confusion. So because they don't know which area they should pursue, because that sometimes when you hear some people preaching some business for you, you think that this business is what is legit. That until you are there, you know that you've entered it. So I'm not labeling any business. Moving forward, society expectation. Under the society expectation, because you started seeing some people, most especially ladies, you started seeing people, where is your husband, who is your boyfriend, who is your this thing, bring your boyfriend, bring your this one, how are you doing, what are you doing now, what is the job? Because most especially if you are a person, you are of age, they started telling you, please go and find us a husband. Or you start seeing pressure to prove that you are successful quickly, because you want to show people, I'm there, I'm here, because you don't want people to think you are left behind. Most especially people that are people they have names on campus. They don't want others to think that they are nowhere to be found. They started looking for everything to find their feet. Society expectation is part of the things you are going to face. Now, as you have already knew what you have to face, what is now the corporate world really look like after school? What does the corporate world really look like after school? Your certificate truly is going to open door for you. That is, it will open the door. Maybe you have 2-1, you have first class, most especially. You have 2-1 first class, that is first an avenue for entry level. Because any other role aside of entry level, they don't require your grade points again. It's entry level roles that they will start, okay, what did you have in school? And that is only going to give you an avenue to enter, to get to have a door for you to enter to enter the interview. When you now get to that interview, that's when they now ask you some questions. What are the things you are capable of doing? What are the skills you have? What are the things you possess? That's when you now see that first class alone do not do it to the certificates that you have is not enough for you to enter that role. Nigeria, there is a lot, people will tell you there is no job. Let me tell you, there is job. There is job, only just that the job pool is limited, and it's only available for what? It's only available for who are ready for that position. And those who are ready for that position, I could still remember that time. There's a guy that we finished together. He consulted me, Victor, this is also role I'm applying for, this also role. How can you not go about it? I have to mentor him, teach him some skills, teach him a lot of things through this process of interview and the likes. So I guide him throughout everything, and at the end of it, he was the one that was offered the appointment. He got the appointment out of over 50,000 applicants. Based on what he told me, that 55,000 applicants applied for that same role, and he had second class lower, rather. Forgive me, it's not third class, second class lower from Obafemi Awolowo University, the same department that we had. The same department. It is about skills that you possess, because they want to see what do you have, what is your capability, what is your capacity, how can you deliver, what do you have, problem solving skills. If you have this situation, how can you solve it? These are the things they are expecting from you. Another thing, that is what I said, there is a limit to where your certification will do the job for you. You are the one who must go extra mile. Life is not difficult. It is just that it is up to you. Life is not difficult at all. It is up to you. You are going to be the one to say, okay, I can do this. So because of our time, networking and recommendation matters. You have to network. Those your friends, you don't know who is who. The first offer that I got it was through recommendation. For instance, let me give you an instance. After we graduated in 2000, I graduated from Obafemi Awolowo University in 2023, and then after our convocation in December, I moved to Lagos to seek for a job. So I got my first offer in that January, same January. No, let me just, it's not January, in February. So it's January, yeah. I got my 3 offer in January. It's in January. So in January, I got 3 offer. Out of that 3 offer, one is based on recommendation. So I started applying for jobs, hunting for jobs. I take jobs hunting as a real job for myself, because job hunting itself is another job entirely. You have to see job hunt because you want to job hunt. You are going to see it as a job on its own, because you are going to, that's what you are going to focus on, because you want to seek a what, an employment, and you are going to what, you are going to focus on that, and all the things you have to do is to look on the strategy of fitting in that what, in that role. So that's how I got recommendation through a friend. The person recommended me for that offer. So they gave me that offer. They told me that, okay, once my NYSC deployment letter is available, I should just get in touch with them. So another one that I went for, which is not true offer, all of them said once my NYSC certificate, my NYSC deployment letter is out, I should just come back to them. They are going to take me in. And what do they see in me? It is because they've already seen all the skills, all the knowledge that I've acquired when I was still in school. So the recommendation also matters most, and the highest paying one is through recommendation. Another one is what we call skills earns you respect. When you have skills, I've mentioned it, your skills, your self skills, most especially as an accountant, finance expert, you need Excel. You cannot do without it. You use Excel for financial modeling, you use Excel for financial analysis, you use Excel to prepare financial, sometimes we use it for preparing financial reporting. You use an Excel to do different kind of things. So Excel, you have to have that skills. Another thing is your ability to provide solution. Ability to provide solution. Anytime I went to a program, the only thing I normally look for, what is the problem that some set of people are facing, and how can I provide solutions to them. My tutorial, this Victorious Educational Institute, was established over decades ago. So, and it is majorly to help others who are my mates and my junior ones in school to what, to escape through the issue as relating to learning about what we have been taught in school. So after I graduated, I was not like I participated in a program, and I saw a lot of people having what we call skill gap. Now discover, why should I end up my institute while in school? Why don't I establish it further? So that's why I established my institute further, and now to God be the glory, my institute is growing. It's one of the finance growing institutes in Nigeria. So moving forward, another thing is what we call corporate growth. It's not always a ladder. It's not a straightforward ladder. It is what? It is zigzag. Sometimes the job that you are, the role that you want, you may not attain them initially, but you are going to get some skills, some roles. You are going to acquire skills that you are going to need in your what? In your future endeavor. These are the things you should you should have in mind. Now, what are now the entry levels expectation versus reality? When we are saying expectation, what most graduate thinks. Most graduate thinks that, oh, once I get first class 2-1, I will get a good job. So most graduate think say immediately I had first class, I had 2-1, I will get a good job. Let me tell you, having first class or 2-1 is not enough for you if you are not smart. You must be smart. A lot of people graduated with first class, a lot of the first class out there, they are still seeking for job up to now. There's a lot of 2-1 out there, they are still seeking for job up to now. Next one, I will be paid well from the start. Truly, at start you may not end up having a good job, you may not having what you call high paying job. You may not have high paying job. At least when you secure a job that will meet your need and still give you some leftover to plan your future, go for them. For instance, I could still remember when we graduated that time, a friend of mine that finished from Unilag got a role in Abuja. They started paying him 2 million. So that time I was like, for start, 2 million naira for somebody just start. But the person got that offer through recommendation because his father is working, he's one of the best in the industry, and immediately he finished, they happen to key him. I was like, guy, also help me look up for a role in your place of work so that me too I can also kill him. So as at that time, I was like, if this person should be getting this 2 million naira from for just entry level, for the person that just starting his career, me too I should get something like that. Let me tell you, it's not always the same. Oh, your own case is quite different. Your own case is what? Is quite different. So I will be paid well from the start. That's not always the same. If you get something, not that you go for something that even your cost is not even enough to cater for your cost in a month. That's not what I'm trying to say. When you see something that can cater for your cost in a month and can still give you some leftover, then you should go for it and build up skills ahead of the time when you are going to be getting much sustainable fund. My first role will match my course of study, not in all cases. Sometimes your role, the role that you get may not match your course of study, because there's some situation whereby you like to go for anything because after you've already passed through a lot. That's the case. So you should kick in for that and get skills, acquire skills which are relevant for you as at that time, building your career for the first year, even the first year, that is as a graduate. You've not gone for any NYSC and you see any role, key in for that role to get the skills that is required. Even when they are requiring 2 years of experience, you already have something that you can point to that as part of the experience. Go for internship. Hard work alone will make me stand out. That's not hard work will not make you stand out. Smart work make you stand out, not hard work. You work smart. If hard work make people stand out, those people who breaks rocks and those who do laborers supposed to be the richest man. They supposed to be the richest man in Nigeria or in the world. But hard work is not what? It's not paying. It's not the one that results in good result. What pays most is what? Is the smart work. How smart are you? The job market is crowded. That's true. Under reality, the job market is crowded. A lot of people are graduating every year, and the job that is out there are limited because business out there are not much. So job out there is limited. It is only the smart one that gets in. It's not those ones that have the good results. It's not those ones that finish with first class. It's those ones who has the skills that have what is required. What your certificate, your grade is going to do for you is just give you an avenue. Because when they are considering, the first thing they are going to consider is your educational background. When they see your educational background, okay, this educational background, okay, you have first class, you have 2-1. You now consider what are the skills that you have. They will now go for your skills. Once they see your skills, what are the things, what is your experience? After your educational background, they look into your education, your working experience. What are the experience? What have you done? And after they've seen what you've done, what are now your skills? These are the things they want to see in your CVs. So these are the things they are going to what? These are what the entry level is required from you. That is the reality. Thousands are applying for the same roles. I could still remember there's recently one application that I helped somebody to oversee, and that role, people that applied, there are over 50,000 individuals that apply for that same role. I just helped them to manage it. Entry pays is often low. Yeah, entry pays is often low. It's not that high. Like for instance, if you want to start as an analyst, the pay is around 200 to 300 for entry roles. except some company that are what, they are paying well. That's when you start seeing people paying you 500K to 700,000, as the case may be. So many roles pay for learning, not lifestyle. So they pay for your learning. For instance, I could still remember when I entered, I'm still going to give you along as we continue in our conversation today. So your first role may not be your dream role. I've already mentioned that it is often a stepping stones. So your first role that you get is a stepping stones to where you are going. So training is limited. Training is limited. Initiative matters. So you have to have initiative. Problem you must have the skills, or what you call problem solving skills. It is required of you. Visibility and consistency beat silent hard work. You may be hardworking, you may be good in whatever you are doing. If you are not out there telling people what you do, people will not what? They will not know. When I started posting on LinkedIn, the first offer I had an offer of I had an offer of 1 million naira. When we are just finishing, as I think in that we are just finishing OAU as at that time. So the person just message me. I see you have this question, so can you help me do business restructuring? I said, okay, I can do it. Even though I don't have the skills, I don't know how to do it. So the person just consulted me. We discussed. I said, I'm going to collect 1 million naira, and then we bargain. Then I consult with some people. I said, okay, and these also things. I get in touch with people that I know, they are vast in that area. So we did these things together. Mutually, I also learn along the line, and I got that. It is because I'm posting on LinkedIn. As someone that I'm not posting, I'm not telling people that this, even the skills, the thing that the person required from me, I don't even have the skills at that time. So by the time he gets in touch with me, said he gave me this also, so and so, so and so. Myself, I started carrying myself. That is why you see me posting on LinkedIn, even posting day in, day out. Even if I don't have the likes, I know people are still viewing it. So that's what you call the feasibility and the consistency. Beat silent hard work. Truly, you may be smart, you may be hardworking, but if you are not out there projecting yourself, nobody will project you. So people, they want to see you. Project yourself. Let people really see what you are doing. People notice those who communicate and add value. Those who communicate and add value. So those are the things you should know. That's how the entry level really works. So moving forward. So career paths for accounting graduates. What are the career paths that is available for accounting graduates? As a graduate of accounting, you can go for corporate accounting. That's where you are going to be the financial accountant, cost accountant, management accountant, bookkeepers. But bookkeepers is below your standard. So for those roles, so financial accountant, cost accountant, management accountant, and some other roles relating to accounting. So that's under the corporate accounting rules. So we have auditing, audit and assurance. So you become either as an internal auditor, external auditor, working as an audit assistant in an audit firm. That's another role that is available for accounting graduates. Another thing is taxation. Taxation is hot cake now. If you have taxation, this skills is selling really mad currently. Is forgive me for that using such kind of word. Taxation is very selling now. Is selling a lot now. If you have that skills, a lot of people need someone who is going to help them file their returns, somebody who is going to help them do one thing or the other. So don't forget, the new tax law is out there now, and you could see the energy that is out there. So under taxation, you have tax analysts, tax consultants, tax advisors, and the likes. So another role is finance and investment role. Under finance and investment role, that's when you are going to be seeing investment banking, investment analysts, financial analysts, corporate reporting roles, and the likes. These are where you are going to see those roles. And then we have public sectors, whereby you serve as an accountant for public sectors, organizations, NGOs. These are the career paths for an accounting graduate. Now, what are now the skills employers values beyond grace? What are the skills employers values beyond grace? Hard skills. What are the hard skills? I mentioned the last time, you must have Excel skills. That Excel skills, spreadsheets. You have to be sound in Excel, how to use your VLOOKUP, XLOOKUP, sum if, and the likes. You have to know how to do all this one. Financial modeling and valuation skills, especially for those ones going into finance. This is one of This is number one skill that you must have. As a person who want to pursue a career in finance, financial modeling and valuation skills, it is the one, let me just say, the most important skills that you must have, because you cannot do without it. Accounting software skills, softwares like Sage, e-bills and the likes. If you want to go for accounting roles, they require you to have somewhat from as accounting software skills. And I know, you do have some skills relating to some softwares, but you can go beyond that, because there's a lot of accounting softwares out there, but they relate. You can still cope, you can still find ways to maneuver or go extra mile to go and learn more about this. So we have another one, we call it financial reporting and analysis skills. You need these skills, even though you've already have the theoretical knowledge, but you need these skills, which is going to equip you a lot to be sound and what, to be great out there. And that thing is documentation and compliance, most especially for auditors, those ones that are pursuing auditing. You must know how to what, document and comply with the rules and regulations that governs the conduct of an accountant or the business you are operating, where you are working. What are the soft skills? What are the major soft skills? Communication skills. Can you communicate well? You have the presentation skills. How can you present? Because some organization, they would like you to go and represent them. Can you present well? Can you communicate well? How do you write your mails? Can you communicate idea in a better way, in a simple way? That's one. Another thing is integrity and professional ethics. You need this because it's part of your what? Core skills. It's part of the things that is required from you as an accountant, or as an analyst, or as a finance professional. Reliability and time management is another thing. You must what? You must be time conscious. You must what? You must meet up with deadlines. When they say you should do something, you must be reliable. When they ask you to do something, you will do it as at when due. That's what they are expecting. Ability to meet up with time and see the deadlines. Ability to do things with minimal supervision. These are the things, skills the employers are seeking. Another thing is problem solving skills, problem solving mindset. You'll be able, when they give you a scenario, you'll be able to solve a problem. I can remember when my oga just told me one day, Victor, how can we go about this thing? He has already called all other employees, and he just called me to his office. Victor, what do you think about this? And I started analyzing, trying to bring some things, getting another ideas outside what others has already projected initially. So that things make me stand out. That's another thing. Is what you should build up that capacity. Emotional intelligence is another thing, and leadership skills. So we have some minutes left. All right. So what are now the career progression? So let's assume from 0 to 5 years. How should you focus? The foundational stage. Under this foundational stage, we are expecting from you is that you should first of all learn, observe, and network. Go for programs. Attend programs is very, very essential. That's where you network. That's where you get in touch with people in the industry. You carry yourself the way you carry yourself. Dress professionally. Get there. Summon that courage. Speak with the high network individuals. I can remember I participated in a program in 2024, and I was discussing with a person, and the person said I cannot meet up. I cannot meet somebody. I said I'm going to meet this person. Then I took up the courage and I met the person. I spoke with the person, and we share contacts at that time, and we'll be talking. So that's how you work. You build up that capacity. That's how you network. You master the core skills that is required from you. From 0 to 1 year, as you graduate now, start getting the skills required. If you want to go into finance, start getting financial modeling skills, financial valuation skills, start getting analysis skills. They are the essential skills that you cannot do without. Start building up relationship, connecting with people. Get mentors. So be individuals that are going to be mentoring you. Like in 2024, I mentor some students that are processing for this Bank of America from Unilag. Some of them, one of them got the offer. So I mentor some other person. That's last day. Another some individuals has also gotten the offer again. So they get what you call mentorship. Also is important. I have some people which I also work to. When I'm in need of something, when I don't understand some things, how can I go about this? I get in touch with them. Nobody is island of knowledge. You have to get people who are going to tell you so that you are not going to make mistake others have already made. So others will guide you ahead of that time. So they will tell you, okay, these are the things, these are the mistakes I made during my own time. So you will not make that same mistake others have made. You also understand the deadlines, the corporate expectation, the deadlines, the audit, the compliance, build relationship, take small initiative, volunteer for activities, go for participate in workshops and the likes. These are the things from 0 to 1 year you are expected to what? You are expected to have. From your first from 2 years, from 1 year to 2 years, after 0 years to 1 year, from 1 year to 2 years, I'm expecting you to have what you call the contributor stage, whereby you have competence and what and contribution. This where we are expecting you that you should what? You should becoming independent. That you must start to be what? Perform your task as expected with minimal supervision. That you consider if you have not gotten your professional certification, you started opting for professional certification either for ICANN, for ACCA, start developing that skills, start getting that required knowledge, even though you would have even been in what? In service, working as at that time. So another thing that is also another stage that we are also considering is the specialist stage. Under this specialist stage, this is where we are expecting you have skill expansion. You have expanded your skills. You have started becoming the masters of the career. You're already having the career that you want to dip into. You've already, maybe you are going to choose your area of specialization. Which area I want to specialize on? Is it audit? Is it tax? Is it corporate? After you've already gathered different kind of experience, because you don't know which area of specialization you should focus initially. You don't know, because there's a lot of opportunity available for you. Now say, okay, which one should I go for? Now, after you've already gathered the knowledge, experience, now say, okay, let me go for this. I think taxation is my area, the area I should focus on. Is tax, is audit. Oh, I should be known for audit. Is corporate finance. I should be known for corporate finance. Even financial modeling is another job on its own. Financial modeling, we have what we call financial modeling analysis under finance. Is another job on its own. Investment analysis. You also take complex responsibility. You take responsibility for complex reporting or small projects. So you advance your skills. Go for additional trainings. These are the things you are going to start doing. Another thing is what? Start mentoring your juniors. Start mentoring your junior ones. Those ones you consulted me to come and do some things for you now. So it's part of what? It's part of mentorship. It's part of guiding you on how you are going to face life after school. Another thing that we are going to discuss today is what? The leadership in training stage. So this leadership in training stage, this is where you supervise your junior ones, your intern, you become the lead, started taking a project, started developing some soft skills that is beyond previous one that you have already had, like persuasion skills, conflict resolution and presentation skills and the likes. These are the things you are going to have. So the last one, which you are referred to as the strategic stage. Under the strategic stage, this is where you become part of a business partner. You see partners of KPMG, partners of BWC, partners of those big big fours in Nigeria, or investment bank. You start becoming partners, started becoming a shareholder, started making insight, started making a strategic decision. This is how we are expecting you to grow in your field. So these are the career progression stage that is expected from you. What are now the common mistakes? Let's quickly run through this common mistake. Thinking your degree your degree alone is enough is what? Is not true. So you focus on skills. Your skills, initiative, and value delivery is essential. Failing to take initiative because you think waiting for people to tell you to gear you up before you start working on yourself is not enough. It's not something that nobody is going to gear you up again. You are now on your own. You must gear up yourself to what? To take that role and to take that space and ask question, volunteer, solve problems is part of the things. Poor communication. Some people, they don't know how to communicate well. Some people, they don't know proper communication in the workspace. And some people, the silent work or confusing reporting or mails is part of the things you must learn. Ignore your office culture. You must learn about your office. If there's politics in your office, please don't stay silent and don't put yourself into it in details. When they are playing politics, just try to what? Try to be neutral. Don't just say I'm not going to do anything. You have to what? You have to be strategic. Move with people. That because office politics, I could still remember there's some also office politics that was played in some certain situation. I cannot be saying it here. So you have to observe, adapt, and respect corporate norms. Networking is important. I told you networking. I got appointments with to Sport Capital. That's where I served. That offer, somebody sent me the what? Sent me that role. That role is not being publicized like that. Somebody sent me and I went for the interview. After I did my interview, the managing director also interviewed. Immediately the managing director says that, oh, this guy is what? Is part of the resources that we could bring on board. And what? They take me in for the NYC. So another thing is what we refer to as focusing only on salary, not only on your salary. Get some things that can also drive value, something that you can get of value. Maybe that role is getting you 250. If it's to meet up with your what? Your expense, maybe your monthly expense is 100,000. 150,000 and select for you is still something you can still go for. And not that you should go below something that is going to result in your what? In the ability for you. I believe my time is fast spent. Avoiding feedback. You must take feedback from people. That's what is very, very essential. Take feedback. And also try to know everything too soon. That's mistakes. Attempting to master all tasks immediately. You cannot be the master at once. Build it one after the other. Take one step at a time. Take one step at a time. So another strategy to now break into the corporate world. How do you break into the corporate world? So how do you break into the corporate world? How do you break into the corporate world? So I'm going to mention these two things. The three major strategy. The first strategy is what you call, you are going to hunt for jobs. Go to LinkedIn. Maybe in a week, you are going to target different companies, maybe three companies or four companies. Look for individuals in that company. That in the company that you are targeting, that you want to what? You want to seek employment, or you are targeting or working with. On LinkedIn or any page, you seek for them, get to know each like 10 people working in that organization, or up like 3 to 5 people working in that organization. Then when you get 3 to 5 people working in that organization, you list them out. Then you are going to have what you call either a code mail or a message, a professional message, LinkedIn message you are going to use. You send them those individuals connection. You send them connect. You connect with them. You start liking their posts, start commenting on their achievements, and then send them a good message, telling them about yourself. Preach yourself. When they say preach yourself, give them oratory speech. Like oratory speech, you are selling yourself. You want to sell yourself to them. Tell them this is what you want, and you want them to guide you through how to get those roles. That's one thing. Another thing is that you look for HR on LinkedIn, list them, write your this thing, message them, tell them about yourself. These are the things I'm passing through. How can I go about it? This is who I am, rather. This is who I am. I do so things. I'm a graduate, and I have this. Tell them, sell yourself to them. So By the time you sell out to 100 applications, you see 10 companies going to get in touch with you. That's one. That's the first strategy. The second strategy is to use NYSC. There's a lot of roles, there's a lot of companies that are looking for NYSC. So this NYSC, when you enter, the reason why they are bringing NYSC in is because when they bring NYSC in, they want to retain those NYSC members to be part of that corporate world. So that is where you see most people, immediately they finish their NYSC, they get into the corporate world smoothly. For instance, the company I'm working with, before I said I'm not working with them, that I don't want to continue my works with them. As that time, they gave me offer. Even before I finish my NYSC, I've already had up to like 3 other offers that is available for me, that I can key in. Okay, which one should I go for? Which one should I go for? So because I've already know the strategy to apply, unto myself, I decide, okay, for now, I'm not going for this, I'm not going for this, I'm not going for this. This is what I want to go for. Even initially, I want to get those roles initially. To key in for those roles, then okay, this is my priority now. This is what I should focus on now. It's about how you strategize yourself. So when you get into NYC, there's some people that do make the deployment, most especially to Lagos, because they know that Lagos industrialized area, to Ibadan or to Ogun State, because they believe that there's some company and they are going to get the offer. Immediately they finish their NYC, they are going to give them employment opportunity, because most companies that require for NYC, most of them, they are looking for NYC, they are going to train to what? To getting into the roles. That's another strategy. I think my time I past spent, I've already spent much time. Okay, let me cut it here. Thank you so much for joining this session. Bye for now. In case you have questions.
Guess. Yeah. Who can guess?